Chardonnay, rhyme. Chardonnay, rhyme. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe for
Zombie butt.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Shartimus Prime here for new comic books. Yeah, we got new comic book day today, September 24th, 2014. And I got 6 issues, and we're in a different spot, the dork room, as I try things out and see how things work with lighting and whatnot. And plus, I try to change things up. Anyway, the first issue we're going to talk about is The Amazing Spider-Man number 1.5, part of the Learning to Crawl series, written by Slott, drawn by Perez over here. The cover art, though, is amazing. Alex Ross, he brings realism to the cover art. The interior work, though, is very, very different. What's just kind of funny is, you know, you look at the cover and then you go to boom right there, which isn't bad, actually. It's very Ditko-esque kind of, you know, artwork. You can tell they're trying to go with Steve Ditko, and this Learning to Crawl thing is separate from what's going on with the rest of Amazing Spider-Man and the Spider-Man universe. It's kind of like going into, like, deep into the mind of Peter Parker and his relationships and stuff like that. So in this one we learn a little bit more about Uncle Ben and how actually Uncle Ben had something to do with Peter Parker's humor, and a kind of interesting thing, I thought. And then he's fighting this villain called the Clash, or not the Clash, that's a band, but yeah, Clash is a throwaway villain. So it's an overall an okay issue, just not great. And then we have Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 19 over here. A very deceptive cover. You know, you're looking at Star-Lord, you know, kind of pinning down Nova over here, which doesn't happen in the issue. Spoiler alert, really. Not really. But yeah, that does not happen in this issue, which I'm totally fine with. I like the artwork, though. It's written by Bendis, drawn by McGinnis, pencils by McGinnis, and so you can't go wrong with that team. And overall, I really liked the book a lot. If you're reading Guardians of the Galaxy, it's really, for me, I'm really enjoying it. So basically, Star-Lord, Nova, Drax, and Thanos are stuck in the Cancerverse, but this actually takes place in the past. So in currently, Gamora is interrogating Star-Lord, asking him, how did you lose the Cosmic Cube? How did you lose it? And he's trying to tell this story, which she doesn't believe. Gamora is like, oh, you're totally full of it. But he's just explaining what had happened, and when you see what had happened and how things came about, it's pretty interesting. I really, really liked it a lot. I don't want to give away too much, but it's basically a hell for everybody else but Drax. So it's a fun read. Check it out if you're not reading Guardians of the Galaxy. And then we have Magneto number 10, part of the March to Access story arc that's going on right now in the Marvel Universe, which is pretty cool. I'm liking it so far. I think this is a very good cover. It's a good representation of what happens in the issue. Basically, last time Magneto was trying to kill or assassinate Red Skull, and he failed, and he's captured. And basically, Red Skull, with his Professor X mutant power, Professor X powers, he tortures Magneto. Basically, the issue takes us through all these different chapters of Magneto's life where he had failed, but these different scenarios or these different memories didn't actually happen. So it's really just, you know, a whole mind blow for Magneto and everything. And it is a really good read. Overall, this Magneto book is very enjoyable for me. I like it a lot and highly recommend it. Then moving on to the one DC book I got this week, we have Superman number 1, Future's End. And as you can see, this is one of the motion covers. So you get Superman right there, and then you get a different looking Superman that has a mask on, which is pretty cool. So 5 years into the future, there's this all-out war going on, and Superman basically has to leave. He goes off on a secret mission, and we have a world without Superman, and a different superhero fills in his shoes. As you can see, he's masked, so you don't know who that superhero is. It's not really a big surprise, but I'm not going to spoil it. I thought it was pretty interesting. Superman had saved this superhero's life, and you know, he really feels that not only is he filling in the shoes of Superman for the people, he's doing it for Superman. And Lois Lane basically outs the Superman replacement in this. And then there's some really cool fight scenes going on. I like the artwork in it. The action was pretty cool. Overall, it was a pretty fun read. Nothing too crazy, though. And then we have Storm number 3 with a very, very nice cover. Look at that bootylicious. Ooh, Yeah, that's a sexy Storm. You know, this Storm outfit over here has been growing on me. I think it's ever since I got the action figure, really. But yeah, I mean, I always thought Storm was really hot, but damn. But anyway, onto the comic. The interior artwork isn't really. They're different artists from the cover and the interior work, but they're kind of similar. This is probably my least favorite issue, though, of what I picked up this week. It's basically Storm goes to Kenya to help Forge. You can see Forge right on the cover, to develop some kind of weather machine to help the drought over in Kenya, and you basically get to learn some of the history, the rocky history of Forge and Storm. It was somewhat interesting, kind of, not really that good though, really. I felt like I learned a little bit more about Storm than I knew before, but not a whole lot. It wasn't really that good of a read, to be honest with you. And lastly, we have Thunderbolts number 31, part 5 of this Punisher versus Thunderbolts. I believe this is the very last one, and you know, this is a weird issue to read. It's Punisher versus Red Hulk. Punisher is trying to kill Red Hulk. The coolest part of this issue for me was that you see a Punisher Hulkbuster armor, which is pretty neat. It looks pretty much like the drones from the Iron Man 2 movie, and I thought I thought this was pretty badass. Look at that. That's sick. I was like, damn, that's hella cool. So, but then other than that, you know, some of the dialogue is kind of weird. I felt like the interior artwork was just like a little cartoony. Some things just look stretchy. You know, the Avengers pop in out of nowhere. Things get a little bit more chaotic. And the whole thing ends with a twist that I kind of felt was just a little disappointing. Anyway, that's my comics for this week. I hope you guys like these new comic reviews. And stay tuned till next week. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.